Alright guys, Supreme Kami here, so let's talk about episode 15 of Wish from Mercury. So, man, can I just talk about how good this episode was, right? I think this episode thus far, to me, feels like a traditional, typical Gundam episode where we are fighting, one faction to another faction where, you're just going ham, right? Mobile suit fighting another mobile suits, just kind of like staying, like they were fighting for their lives. Like they're literally just that. Simple as that. That's how you see in another Gundam series and whatnot. So yeah, this episode overall was great. We had a lot of topics being covered. In terms of the overall big premise, which I'll say just in a little bit, or which I do want to quickly cover what really transpired in this overall episode. So first things first, in terms of the opening theme, we have a quick bombshell of Eri. She looks really happy, carefree. I would say her demeanor to me seems like a really happy girl. She does not looks like she was like her age at 4, right? I think when they have her in the prologue, so she looks a little bit older, which is kind of strange, right? Because we have never seen her past the prologue. She was pretty much gone after that, so that was quite cool. I do wonder as the episode progresses, will we see other people bomb shouting in like a just different fashion in a way. So that was cool. That was cool. Up next, we have Noah beating the crap out of Nika because of what happened, what pretty much transpired at school at Asakasa. So that was pretty much as expected. Sophie died, and now she put a lot of people, especially her comrades and refugees, at stake. So we have that going on, and then we also did see there was probably more members helping out with either Noah or just helping out Shadiq in general. So that was like okay. I didn't know they had more people hiding at school. That was okay. That was just a confused moment for me because like how many other people do you have working for you? To see, I'm pretty sure he owns a lot of people working for him already, like, especially at school. So Shadiq's he does have the connection, right? So that was another topic right there. And then speaking of Shadiq, he is actually a half and half. So he's a Earthian and a Spacian, and he pretty much kind of unraveled what his plan was to his father or President series. So that was quite interesting. I do want to see what like would he plan actually succeed in terms of bringing more artillery or just more weapons down on Earth, so that they don't start a war or whatnot. But the overall idea of the war petitioning was popping up a lot throughout the episode. I'm not too familiar with that, so you guys can definitely fill me in on what particular that what that is pretty much. And then we have last but not least, before covering the main premise of the overall episode, we have Mione talking to Rajan about the Choir Zero, or she's pretty much asking him what the heck is that. I knew from the get go that Rajan he's that low key guy that knows a lot of things, but he just doesn't want to say anything. I don't want to say he's a scary cat in a way, but I think he just really caution in terms of what he kind of tells people. So that he that's why I think he's just gonna be one of the more underrated character that's gonna be bringing in a lot of really important intel as far as what's going on. So but back to the overall premise. So in terms of the overall premise, we do see people from the Dawn of Full. They're ready to evacuate, so that's pretty much they're evacuating because the Benair group are hunting them down. They did get to a aircraft, kind of like a loading station and whatnot. They have two aircraft. They're loading in, their comrades, their people, their refugees. But we have the Benair garrison for Mobusu flying in, just kind of scouting them out. And eventually, one of the pilots from the Donaful actually engages them. And then, you know what? What's gonna happen next? We have like kind of like an all-out battle between the Benair garrison versus the Donaful, and obviously things didn't turn out too hot for the Donaful members. Which spoiler alert, all of them did die except for their Mobusu commander, unfortunately. And then pretty much what was left was grill. He obviously there's a lot of spotlight in this episode. I think he was pretty much lost of what really happened, right? After him losing his dad, so I think he's still going through his sorrow state. I think he's not yet recovered. He's still very much mourning for his dad, which is definitely acceptable because his father died it at his own hands. So you gotta give him you definitely do have to give him some recovery period, which he went from this really arrogant guy to like a down to earth fella, just no pun intended rather, but he just trying to make a living, like what to really do. He was really concerned about his family, especially the group, the binary group, because they're pretty much going bankrupt or supposed to be. I don't know, but he is committed to go back into space to make things from wrong to right. I don't know in terms of how he's gonna proceed from that, what kind of action he's gonna take. Is he gonna contact his brother or whatnot? So that's definitely something that is left to see. But in this overall episode, now that we did get the overall premise, that's really what that's pretty much what happened towards the very end. But we did have a lot of character development, just knowing a lot about them. Starting off with the Donald leader, we have Najin, something like that. I think I'm probably butchering his name, but we have Alcom. He's pretty much like a lot of focus in this overall episode. He is actually, first of all, he's the mobile suit commander for the Donald, but he was also a former Dominicus member as well. So probably at some point in his career, he fought against the Earthshian, which his family pretty much lost. Right, he lost his family, so I guess from that point on, he pretty much, let's say, joined them in a way. We saw two kids. One of them was called Cito, and then the other one was called Cydia. So Cydia unfortunately did not make it due to the explosion when there was that the Beneric versus the Donald. So that was really sad because she lost her dad. By the way, she lost her dad just like Will did in the battle at planet Equata. So it's just see that there was resemblance, right? Not yeah, it's kind of like a resemblance, and that was just kind of sad to me, like, right. It just kind of have a lot of flashback to Alka in a way because he lost his kid. He couldn't protect his kid, so that was things that was kind of like an opposite in a way. In a way, they all three of them lost somebody really important to them, but it just how the relationship was different, right? We saw the members from the especially the one that's kind of fighting, like the one that's piloting bubble suits, the one piloting some ground unit, providing some support and whatnot. We have a Christian, we have Bessie, we have Jalil, Philip, we have last but not least we have Machi. So unfortunately, all of them lost their life. They did their best. In terms of the mobile suit, they were piloting the Prodoros. It was, I don't want to say it's outdated or whatnot, but they were just using a lot of physical weaponry. So that to me just kind of justifies that they were in terms of strength not strong enough to fight against the Beneri. Unfortunately, it's just kind of sad because we were learning a little bit more in terms of what their lives was. Just more character development, but they didn't even make it half the episode, and they were gone. Really great sacrifice, because they did want the refugees to, make it through their the other comrades. So they did their job. So round of applause to them. Their sacrifice was not in vain. And then obviously, the man of the hour, Alka, he saved. He pretty much after losing all his comrade, he was like, I gotta give it my all. He pretty much killed the remaining force from the Benair garrison. So that was that. He got the job done, so that was good. He secured it. The aircraft from launching, mission accomplished. So just in my opinion, like this was like a really down to earth episode where we just see action packed, people losing a life for a good cause and whatnot. But that was pretty much it. I think that was pretty much it. If I did leave any details out, you guys can definitely let me know. But yeah, definitely a great episode. Just what transpired, what was being sacrificed. I think we'll definitely see more, right? We'll definitely see what's going on. I think episode 16 should be another interesting one. I don't know what kind of direction they will take. in terms of what kind of point of view that we'll be seeing it from now. Because this time around, we pretty much kind of saw it from Earth, right? We saw how their way of life was, how they were interacting, and what kind of struggle they're facing. So that was definitely a great episode. But other than that, that's pretty much what I have for you guys, and then I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.